Hi everyone, welcome to the channel, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can install Python on Windows, Ubuntu and Mac OS. You can check the description for the timestamps that will show you where your specific operating system comes up in the video, and this is the start of my Learn Python for Beginners series, so please subscribe for that.
Hello everybody and welcome back to this tutorial, and right now let us see how we can download Python for Windows. Now we have to actually visit a certain link, so open up your Google Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer or whatever search engine you are using, and we're going to navigate to the python.org/downloads. So go up right up here, http python.org/downloads, and then add another slash at the end of this link. Press here enter. Now once again this will lead us to a page where we can download different versions of Python. It will show us right here, as we can see, that the latest version of Python currently is Python 3.7.3. As I said before, if you have a newer version, feel free to download that one, as long as it is a Python 3 version and not Python 2. We can see the release dates right here and different versions. This is ours that we are going to download, released on the March 25th, 2019. Now, you might be asking whether you are going to download a 32-bit or 64-bit version, but we're going to get into that just in a second. Once you actually check all of these things out, and you can read these licenses, sources if you want to, nothing really important right here. And right here, right upper there, you can read looking for Python with a different OS. We want to click Python for Windows. And right here, we're going to have a different versions for Python 3.7.3. Now note this statement right here that says Python 3.7.3 cannot be used on Windows XP or earlier. So if you are using Windows XP, which I highly doubt, it is 2019, nobody is using XP anymore. But if you are, you're going to have to upgrade or download a different version of Python, since this one won't work on Windows XP. Now, you can see also these different things right here, such as stable releases and pre-releases. Now, pre-releases are basically, as you can see, Python 3.8.0, which is basically a release that hasn't really been released yet as a stable release, so it is something still in progress of working. So what we want to do is we want to download a stable release, because we want our Python to work perfectly, and you can have right here different versions that you want to download, such as the x86 and x86-64. Now the x86 is 32-bit and the 64 is the 64-bit. Now, in order to check whether your PC is 32-bit and or 64-bit, so you can know which one you can download, you can go right here. So just open up your search bar in the actual Windows 10. You can just type here start, not start. We open start, we want to type control panel. So control panel, open your control panel right here. It will lead you to your settings. You want to go and navigate to the system and security settings. And right here you want to find, let me just see where it is. Okay, so system settings, right here. And right here, you can just under the system type, check out whether your operating system is, or whether your processor is 32 or 64-bit. And you can see mine is currently 64-bit, so I will be downloading the 64-bit version. So let us close this, and the 64-bit version would be this one, so Windows x86-64 executable installer. Click on it. It will start downloading. As we can see, it is 25 megabytes long, or big, should I say. And right here, we have that version right here. Since I already did download it, you can see it is the same name. So all you want to do is run your executable installer program. You can see right here, it opens a window, install Python 3. We want to just click on install now. It will ask for the administrator password, which I don't have, so I will just click here yes. And it will start installing or setting up our Python 3 for us. And basically all you want to do is follow the actual process of installation. And if you want to later on, you can add the Python 3 to the path so you can run it from anywhere you like. Now this shouldn't take too long to install. Basically it is right now installing and downloading all the additional libraries that it needs in order to be able to run. And what we're going to do afterwards in the next video is I will show you a few commands that you can run in order to install Python 3 for the Ubuntu. Now, those of you who are using Ubuntu probably already know that any Linux type of system basically already comes with Python and Python 3, but we want to install some different usable things, or useful things, should I say, such as pip for Python, installing different modules, libraries, idle, and basically the Python 3 interpreter. So I will just leave this to finish, and I will get back to you as soon as this has finished. Okay, so right here we are getting towards the end of the actual setup. It shouldn't take more than a few seconds more to finish this. It took rather a while, I mean, not a while, it took around 2 to 3 minutes to finish this, which is not that long, but I actually thought it would finish a little bit faster. But here we can see everything has finished, and I hope that soon we will get prompted the finish button, which we can click and then run the Python 3. So you can see the last thing it installed is the Python 3 pip bootstrap 64-bit. Let me just move this right here. This installation file, right after you actually finish installing Python 3, you can just delete. There is no need to keep it right here, but if you want to, you can just leave it right there. So right here we can have setup was successful, special thanks to, and then Mark Hammond. Okay, so nothing really important right here. Disable path length limit, change your machine configuration to allow programs including Python to bypass the 260 characters max path limitation. Now this is not really anything important to us, but if you want to, you can just click it. What this means is basically the path is the actual environment in Windows where you can actually run the program from any directory you want. So for example, if you wanted to run Audacity, right here, this program on my desktop, from any other directory that isn't a desktop directory, you can add it. You can add the executable of this program to the actual path, and it will be able to run it from anywhere. But more about that later on. Right now, just click here, close, and we have Python 3 installed. Now, in order to check that out, you can just type here idle, and you can see right here I have a bunch of different versions of Python 3. Right here we are interested in Python 3.7 64-bit, and if you open the idle, it will open up the Python 3 interpreter, which we are going to talk about more later on. As we can see, the version is 3.7.3, which is the version that we downloaded. So more about that later on. What I'm going to show in the next video is for the Ubuntu and the Mac OS users, how to download Python and how to run it. And for those of you who are running this on Windows, you can just skip the next tutorial and get straight into the idle demonstration. Hello everybody, and welcome back to this tutorial. And what we're going to show right here is how you can install Python for the Ubuntu and also for the Mac OS. Now, I will not be demonstrating it on the Mac OS because I really don't have one at the moment, but I will show you what you can actually do in order to download it and just install Python 3. Now, on the Ubuntu, you can just open up your Linux machine, which I have a virtual machine right here. Let me just type in my password. You should have something similar to this. Basically, the installation on different Linuxes will be rather the same, if not exactly the same, but we are going to check out on the Ubuntu, as that is the mostly widely spread Linux distribution. So right here, all you want to do is right click on the desktop and open up your terminal. Now, terminal is basically the same as the command prompt in Windows. It allows you to execute system commands right here, and it also allows you to execute some of the different commands such as apt-get install, which we will use in order to get Python 3 and some different programs as well. So first of all, as we did in the previous video for the Windows 10, what you want to do is check out whether you're using the or whether your machine is 64-bit or 32-bit. If you just type a command uname-m in your terminal, you will get x86-64, and basically, or you will get i686, I believe, or something like that, which will indicate that you're using a 32-bit machine. So right after you check that out, what we want to do is actually download the Python 3, and we can do that with a simple command. So just go right here, apt/get, and then install Python 3. run this command, whoops, we are getting a lock. So let me just enlarge this. We are going to delete these locks. Unable to require, so we need to be root. Okay, yep, sudo apt get install python 3. Make sure to run this as a root so you actually have the actual privileges to execute this command. Enable to acquire the dpkg front end lock. Okay, nothing really. Let me just enter a root account for a second, and I will simply just delete these locks right here. So if I just type apt get install python 3 once again, we get these locks. So we are going to copy the path to the lock. Could not get lock. Let me just check. Open resource temporarily available. Unable to require the front-end lock. Okay, so let us copy it and let us simply just delete it. Okay, now we're going to get another error right here, which is going to be a different lock, so we are going to delete that one as well. I believe there are going to be 3 locks. Now this is a really common error, so just do simply as I do. I believe not right now we're going to get another error. The following packages were automatically installed and are no longer required. Okay, so Python 3 is already the newest version, as it says right here. And there are some different packages that are no longer required, but we are not going to bother ourselves with that at the moment. The next command we want to run is the apt-get install, get install idle 3, which is the interactive development environment for the Python. What you want to click right here is Y, which will indicate that you actually want to download the idle 3. And it is a 10.5 megabytes large, so this will take a few seconds or minutes depending on your internet, and then you will be able to use Python 3. Now there is also another thing that we want to install, which is the Python 3-pip, which we need in order to actually be able to download different libraries that we might not have in our Ubuntu machine. So that is something that we want to get as well. As we can see, the downloading has finished. It will unpack the libraries right now, and we can execute next command. So let us wait for this to finish, just a few more seconds. Okay, it is setting up different things that it needs. Okay, it has finished. And the last command we want to run is the apt-get install. So install python 3-pip. So press here enter. It will download the python 3-pip. As you can see, this is a little bit larger, 84.3 megabytes. We want to click here Y, so it can actually download it. And this will be the last actual command for installation of Python 3. Now once this finishes, I will simply show you how you can enter the idle of Python 3 or the interactive development environment. And basically it is simple. In Linux, you can just specify one word, which is the Python or Python 3, whether you want to enter the Python 2 or Python 3 version of the Python interpreter. Just type that in the terminal, and what it will do is it will open the same Python interpreter that we saw in Windows. So let me just show you while this is downloading. If you just type idle in Windows and open the 3.7 idle, this is something that will be opened in your Python interpreter, or pardon me, in your Ubuntu terminal. So something similar to this. So let me just close this. I will wait for this to finish, and then we will proceed to the next step, which is going to be the installation for the Mac OS. Okay, so after a few minutes, I noticed that my actual internet actually, for some reason, is only the download speed is only 5,000 bytes per second, which is really small, considering that we only need to download 44 megabytes. So I will just quit this right here. I will download it later on. And before we end this tutorial with the Mac OS, let us just see how we can actually run Python from the actual terminal. So all you need to do is simply just type Python 3. And you can see it will open the Python 3 version, and basically it will give you the same interpreter as in the Windows. And right now, right here, you can import different libraries and so on and so on. Execute different commands, such as, for example, hello world, and basically do anything that you will do in the regular program as well. Now, don't really mind these two lines. If you're new, I will explain them later on. For now on, I just wanted to show you how the interpreter works and that we successfully have everything installed. So right now, let us get to the actual macOS installation. Since I don't have it, basically what you want to do is navigate to the Python 3 downloads or python.org/downloads/ and then there you want to find the DMG file that suits your OS X version. And basically, once you download it, just run it and follow the instructions for installing Python, and that is all you need to do. And it will install the additional and all the libraries that you need, so you will be good to go. And that will be about it for this tutorial. What we are going to do in the next one is take a little closer look to the idle, and I will explain a little bit why do we need it. As I said before, the idle is this Python interpreter, basically the interactive development environment. I will explain why do we need it, and then we will start doing some simple coding stuff. So hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye!
So a quick thank you to everyone that's watched the full video, and remember this is the start of my Learn Python for Beginners course. I'm going to be uploading a new video on Python every other day, so please subscribe if you want to keep track on that and start learning Python.